got me a weed.
Life's a gamble, cars in the air. Stack decks cheating, but nobody cares. You hustle a fold, that's the game we play. The dealer's blind to the price we pay. Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. Politicians lie while the streets stay raw. Laws get written, but who writes the law? Rich stay climbing, poor dig deep. Dreams so cheap while the shadows creep. Hey, money is power, so they say. But what's the cost when your soul's in play? Life's a gamble, a hot topic today. Roll the dice, but the odds never sway. Talk about it, fight about it, find a way. Life's a gamble every single day. What will you do when the stakes rise high? When the truth's a whisper and the world's a lie. Better know your line, what you won't cross. A win's no win when your soul is lost. Yeah. I'm D in the plug. Yeah. Tune in the day and the word to the wise. If you don't know what you will do for money, you better know what you won't do for it. You better know what you won't do for it. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? All right, stop all that clapping shit. What's good? How y'all doing tonight, man? What's today? It's fucking Thursday, y'all. Ooh, man, I hope y'all feeling great. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I might have to bring in some past experiences with this video, y'all. I thought I was gonna be a little late. I had to get some little sound issues correctly. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Type in the comment section if you can hear me. Make sure everything coping steady, so I won't have no problems as I get into this video. Somebody say something in the comment. Can you hear me? All right, good. Well, I hope y'all doing good on this Thursday night. I got a chance to go eat with my daughter today. We had a good time. I enjoyed her company. So I feel pretty good, y'all. I feel pretty good. And I cherish those moments with that little old girl. All right, good. All right, everybody can hear me. All right. I'm gonna need y'all help tonight, ladies. Last night I told y'all I was gonna do like a female's perspective. And in a sense, this still will be kind of like a female perspective as I get on into the video. But I'm gonna need y'all help because I was thinking I can't fully give y'all a female perspective because I'm only a man. I'm not Steve Harvey. I can't think like a woman and act like a woman. I can't do that. So I can't give y'all a perspective. That's why I asked for y'all help tonight. So y'all can give a perspective and let us guys understand how y'all feel about things. You know, us guys, we don't mean no harm. We want to be open to y'all. We want to be open. So let me start by saying this. Before I get on here and do these shows and criticize people and criticize today's society, I first have to start with myself. I have to criticize myself. So tonight, I want to admit that in my past relationships, I'm talking about relationships. I'm not talking about just talking to somebody or dealing with somebody. I'm talking about somebody that I was actually with. I want to take the time out and apologize because as we get older, we learn. We can go and reflect on things that we did when we was younger. Our mental capacity wasn't as full. So I want to admit to probably being an asshole in past relationships. I probably have been an asshole, and just like the rest of y'all, like I said, the older you get, the more you learn. We grow. Now, me saying that doesn't mean I regret anything that I did. I just wish that I could have handled things differently or probably said some things a little different that could possibly maintain those relationships. So I take the fall for that. Now, that don't mean I want to get back with you. That's don't mean I want to. I'm talking about relationships, people I've been with in relationships. That don't mean I want to get back with you. That just mean I apologize. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little experience that I had one time. And like I said, I'm gonna get the latest perspective too. I was in a relationship years ago. And when I say this, she couldn't cook worth a fuck. This lady couldn't cook worth a damn. So time kept going on and on and on. And I'm still eating this slop. Now, just follow me now, because it's gonna make sense. Don't think I'm bashing a woman, because it's gonna make sense. So over the time, I'm just eating this slop. And we spending money. I'm spending money, you know. So I'm thinking over the time, the food was gonna get better. I'm thinking it was gonna get better because I got a stove. It ain't got the eyes. No, it do have the eyes. But some people cook on gas stoves, and some people cook on like those stoves that they just flat. They don't have the eyes on them. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, she had to get adjusted to that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So time kept going. Months go by, and the taste of this food ain't getting no better. So I had to pull her to the side. I said, hey. One time she was like, she's finna go to the grocery store. Don't even worry about going to the grocery store. Don't go to the grocery store. And I had to let her know what was going on, how I felt about the food or whatever. So I told her, this right here ain't what it do. But when I told her, she said something after that I almost shed tears. I almost shed tears with her reply. Y'all want to know what she said to me? She said, I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to learn for you. And when I swear I almost broke down into tears because it made me feel so special that she was willing to try, even though the shit was terrible, I admit. So when she told me that, I couldn't do nothing but hug her. And I smacked on her ass, and I went in my wallet. I gave her some money. Go to the grocery store, get the worst shit you can cook, and come on back and cook that bullshit, and we're gonna eat it together. The reason why I say this, the reason why I'm bringing that to y'all attention is because everybody think they so perfect. I cannot be mad at this woman because she can't cook, but she was willing to learn. I don't know how to work on cars. I can't do nothing to a car. I can change a tire, change a headlight, that type of shit. But is she supposed to not be with me because I can't fix on her car? See, that's what love come in, y'all. You got to be able to compromise. Did I leave her because she couldn't cook? Did she leave me because I couldn't fix on the car? No. What we did was we ate that slop together. And if we had to walk, we would walk together. Or we was going to get that car fixed or whatever we had to do. We was going to do it together. So that's what love is, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always talk about this king and queen stuff. Everybody want to be treated like a queen and everybody want to be treated like a king. And I understand. I respect that to the fullest. I think every woman should be treated like a queen. But at the end of the day, a queen don't go hang out with the king's enemy. A queen don't do things that could possibly get that king killed. A queen stay in her lane. She plays her role. She can be more dominant. She's more powerful over the whole nation. But she's not more dominant than that king. She got more power than the king's family. She over the kids. Anybody else in the nation. She just don't have control of that king. So when you have a woman that comes in and try to control everything and not play her role, some of y'all spiritual people, y'all say y'all read the Bible, you know about the submissive women or whatever. How is it that a king, if you call a man a king, that means he's able to rule a nation. But you tell me he can't rule a damn household? Make that make sense. A king can rule a nation, but he can't rule a household? Come on, ladies. Play your role, be that queen. You cannot be more dominant than the king. And whenever you try that, that's where that whole situation gonna fall from the beginning. Ladies, I got some little notes I'm looking at. Make sure I ain't forgetting that. You know, I got a couple of things I want to touch on. And ladies, I know y'all tired of these guys coming at y'all thinking that they can buy y'all instead of giving y'all genuine love. But you know what though? You got to blame the heifers that can be bought. You got to blame them heifers that can be bought. Because they fucking it up for y'all. Excuse my language. I don't want to curse on her too much. I got to be careful with that. A lot of women out here messing it up for the good women. Because a lot of these women that I'm talking about, they done ruined a lot of good men. As far as their mental thinking. Some men don't think the same after they come across a terrible woman. And I'm sure that's vice versa also. Now, some women out here can be bought. Some people will sell their soul. Anyway, can y'all still hear me? As y'all come on in, y'all come on and subscribe. I forgot about that. Y'all come on in and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. All right, yeah, we're going to get on into this thing, y'all. But like I said, I hope y'all having a blessed night. I'm glad y'all tuned in. Y'all feel free to call in at any point you feel you need to. So I'm going to continue with what I got going on. Let's see here. I hope I got some men in here too. I really can't tell who's in here right now, but let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all something real. How many arguments have you had with your significant other that could have been avoided? If y'all just understood each other. Not reacted, not get defensive, but actually understood. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Most men don't understand women, y'all. Most men do not understand women, and most women feel like men don't even try. But what happens is when a man actually try, not to win or not to be right, but to understand a woman's perspective. So tonight we're gonna go there, y'all. We're gonna go there. So I'm gonna start out with this little story. I always try to make up a name, and you know I always gotta go with Marcus. I don't know why I always gotta go with Marcus. I got a homeboy named Marcus. I hope he can forgive me if he's watching. So Marcus thought he was a good man. He provided, he worked, he stayed loyal. But his relationship was falling apart. Not because he was cheating, or not because of abuse, but because of misunderstanding. It was all because of misunderstanding. Every argument starts sounding the same. And you can hear her. Imagine this, her talking. You don't listen. Then imagine him saying, I do listen. Now imagine her saying, no, you hear me, but you don't feel me. And that right there, that's what confuses him. So Marcus started asking himself, what am I doing wrong? Because his mind, he was doing everything right. He thought love looked like paying bills or being present and, not cheating, handling responsibilities. But what he didn't realize was, he was giving what he thought love looked like, not what she needed. I'm gonna pause right there real quick. Gotta sip my cup. He was giving what he thought love looked like, not what she needed. And that's where a lot of men miss it. That's where a lot of men miss and mess up. So let's flip it. Let's flip it because the female side matters also. And from her perspective, it wasn't about the bills. It wasn't about the surface level stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she was thinking in her mind, why do I feel alone when I'm not alone? Why do I feel unheard when he's right here? Why do I feel like I have to beg for emotional connection? She didn't really want perfection. She just wanted a connection. I'm going to say that again. She didn't want perfection. She just wanted connection. Let me check the comments. I think I got a comment. Oh, I thought I had a comment. All right. So one night, she finally said something to him. She said, I don't need you to fix everything. I just need you to understand how I feel. And Marcus, he got defensive. Like most men do. You know, y'all, we get defensive. Because to him, in his eyes, understanding meant solving a problem. But to her, understanding meant, feeling seen. And this, that's where things can kind of change up. Because Marcus stopped trying to respond to her, y'all. And he started trying to listen. Not to reply, not to defend, but to understand. So he asked her, help me understand. What does this feel like to you? And for the first time, she didn't argue. For the first time, she didn't argue. She just opened up to him and said what was really on her mind without getting loud, without cursing, using foul language. And this is like the part that a lot of people don't be wanting to hear. Understanding someone, it doesn't mean you agree with everything they say. It means that you respect how they feel. And that's what a lot of people want, for you to respect how they feel. And a real man, he don't necessarily feel weak for listening. A real man don't feel weak for listening. If that's your woman, you should listen to her. You should listen to her cry and listen to her call out for what she needs from you. So he grows from it. I'm going to leave you with this, men. Men, stop trying to win arguments. Because that argument going to go on and on and on. Let the female have the last word. Even if you in the right. Instead of arguing, you got to find a different approach to deal with it. And I really can't give you the answer because that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. So I really can't give you the answer on that. And stop trying to understand a woman you say you love. Women, stop assuming he don't care. Sometimes have it ever registered in y'all mind that maybe sometimes he just don't know how? And to everybody watching on the outside, if you want peace in your relationship, it starts with understanding. I'm talking to everybody on the outside. If you're in a relationship, it starts with understanding, not your fucking ego. And that's a major problem amongst people with their ego. Relationships, real relationships, they don't survive on love alone. Real relationships do not survive on love alone. They survive on understanding. And until y'all can get that in your brain, then your relationships will be a lot better. Ladies, we all know that men mature a little later. That's what they say. A lot of guys get defensive about that. I don't, because I know it's true. I know it's true. I know men, we mature a little later than women. I mean, anybody, any male or female brain don't really fully develop until the age of 25. And I know I've grown. I don't do half of the shit that I used to do. Now, if you get a man or a woman doing certain things, I'm not saying a person has to change everything they do in life. But if you get a person that's at a certain age and they just doing some of the most unnecessary shit that don't have to be done, then you might want to find you somebody else. Like I said, I ain't perfect. I learned. I regret some of the shit. No, I just said I don't regret it. I just wish I could have did things different. So I'm just here trying to help. I'm just trying to do my due diligence and try to help. Once again, I'm taking calls. Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to elaborate on something that I may have said? Feel free. But at the end of the day, people, it's all about playing your role. A person can't do everything. A person don't know everything. Like I told y'all earlier, this woman didn't know how to cook. I don't know how to fix on every part of a car. But that don't mean we don't love each other just because I can't do this and she can't do that. See, people have these gender roles. They have these gender roles. Let's say if I can cook and a woman don't know how to cook, but that woman know how to fix on the car. Okay, I'm gonna go cook, you go fix on this car. We still gonna get along. We gonna still make it happen. Fuck with everybody else talking about, oh, that man should be out there fixing that car. Or that woman should be in there cooking. No, I'm gonna get in there and cook for my baby. Just like if she wanna cook for me, we can do it the same. Both of us can do it. We can cook together. See, a lot of people be listening to that outside whisper shit. People be talking on the outside, and they whole life be miserable. They ain't got shit going on. They probably married, living a miserable life, but they always concerned about what the fuck you got going on. And that goes apart to where people be want to live other people's lives. The next time I get in a relationship, I think anybody should feel this way. The next time you get in a relationship, make sure you know that person. Make sure you know that person is not trying to live outside of their means, not trying to keep up with the Joneses, and don't give a fuck what nobody else think on the outside. Because as long as they got that in a subconscious mind, their relationship will never work, trying to impress somebody that ain't even sleeping in the same bed with them at night. How the fuck you gonna try to impress somebody that don't even sleep in the same bed with you? You want to impress them more than the person that's sleeping next to you, the person you wake up to. Make that make sense to me. Love is a hard thing, y'all. But you know, I gave y'all a real thing, a real definition of love about the cooking situation. I got a caller. Let me take this call. Yes, ma'am. Tell the people where you calling from.
I'm calling from the strip.
All right, let us hear it. It done started raining. Can you hear the rain? Can y'all hear the rain?
I couldn't before, but did I call at a bad in the middle? Because I think I might have cut the slide off. I didn't want to cut off of.
No,
what you
I
had
can
to
hear
get
you. I
about.
just want to make sure the audience can't hear all those raindrops.
Oh, well, I couldn't hear the raindrops when I was listening to it.
Okay, let's hear what you got to say.
And I just lost my thought because you said I was going to answer a question you just asked. What was the question that you had just asked?
The question that I just asked.
You
Shit.
don't remember?
You want to take time to think about it and call back?
No, it's fine. I had wrote it down. Then I got just sidetracked. My bad. But I think I was thinking you was talking about outside. Did you say something about why people don't understand or something? You were talking about something about outside influence.
Right. I was saying like I was saying like how you want to impress somebody on the outside instead of impressing the person that you sleep next to and wake up next to every day. That wasn't really a question though.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was thinking more along that when you was talking about
I mean, you got to understand I'm getting old as I'm talking. I mean, I forget.
I think I am too, because I just had brain fog. I was like, had jotted it down. I was like, okay, I'm gonna answer that, and then it just slipped my whole mind when I was dialing, because I don't know what happened.
I'm gonna have to put my my other teleprompter on here. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Put a teleprompter on here.
Something. But anyway, on the topic that you was talking about, I think you were asking the question that, what do women really want?
Oh yeah. What do y'all really want? We want to know. Us men want to understand. We want to get along with y'all. And have more marriages within the black community, and want those marriages to last forever and ever.
Right. I feel that. I mean, it is a breakdown of marriages in the black community. But I think that at the end of the day, I can't speak for every woman, but I would think that most women won't align together. And I think consistency and communication plays a major role in things. And I love how you brought that in, because I think that is a fact. A lot of times women just want to be seen and heard. We don't, you said something and you was like, listening doesn't mean that we want it to be, trying to get a problem solved. And that's, sometimes there is no solution to that problem. Sometimes it's not even a problem. It's just a disagreement, and that woman just wants that man to take the time to try to understand how that particular action makes her feel. It's not like but sometimes people become defensive because they think that you're blaming, or men think that when we say you're making us feel this way, that we're trying to deflect blame on you or criticize you. And that's not what we're saying. We're just saying that this makes me feel this way. And sometimes you don't have to agree that you did it. We just want you to understand that even if you didn't feel like you did it, the fact that it made me feel that way is valid. You know what I mean?
Right, I get it. Hey,
But,
y'all in the audience, who's ever watching, let me know if y'all can hear that rain. I can probably make some adjustments to try to block that rain noise out. So let me know if that rain is affecting y'all hearing or whatever. All right, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, a confused woman is not a safe woman. And I know that may go over some people here, but I'll say a confused woman is not safe. When she's confused about anything within that relationship, or that her partner, then that means her heart's not safe. And when a woman feels her heart isn't safe, then she starts to become defensive. And then when she becomes defensive, she becomes to have lack of trust. And then when lack of trust is involved, it's just a breakdown. See, it only takes one small thing to start breaking down the entire foundation of a household. And then people want to point fingers, and instead of pointing fingers, it's like, seem like they just can't seem to agree and to disagree. Nobody has to be right or wrong. Every battle doesn't have to be a war. But, a woman just wants to know that that man cares enough to understand where she's coming from.
Right.
And a lot of times, what I'm talking about, a man always says he wants a woman to bring him peace. But how can a woman bring you peace when you're not even peace?
Right. Well, a lot
You
of
know, they
a lot
vote.
of, lot of women don't understand too. Like, you might have a woman that want to get with a guy, and that man already know, or vice versa. A guy might want to get with a woman, and that woman be like, "Nah, I ain't really trying to see nobody," but he's still pressing up on her, right? But he don't understand. He just only concerned about what he's trying to do and what he's trying to get. And that woman is telling him like, you know, I'm good right now. Maybe I just got out of a relationship. I'm trying to find myself, and we don't understand it. We always concerned about what we want, and not concerned about what the other person want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, love. I'm gonna wait till I'm talking alone before I close the video out. Before I get to talking about that, and I hope I remember. I'm gonna play this video for y'all while I got this caller. I'm gonna play this video for y'all, and I want y'all to check this video out. And it's something about this woman in this video. She seems so fucking sincere in this video. It's my homeboy, you know, hey, shout out to John Paul. You keep sending me these good old videos. So I'm gonna show y'all this video clip real quick.
I'm gonna put you on this
Fellas,
so I can watch
if you
it.
looking for a woman that would do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch and work out and don't got no kids, that's me. You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got mouths on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead. I know you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
Now, she said a couple of things, and some of those things are really irrelevant to me because I don't really give a damn about that. She said something about her working out. I mean, if you want to work out, that's for your own personal health. That's cool if you want to work out. That's for your personal health. And then she got to saying something about not having no kids. Okay, that's cool. You ain't got no kids. Cool. You got lucky. 9 times out of 10, a man don't really care about no kids. I mean, shit, it's damn near impossible to find somebody without no kids, so that ain't no problem. A real man don't care about no kids. But I just looked into her eyes, and I want to play that again.
Fellas, if you looking for a woman that would do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch and work out and don't got no kids, that's me. You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got mouths on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead. I know you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
Hey, anybody got Instagram? Because I think this video come from Instagram. Anybody got Instagram? Y'all go find that woman and tell her to inbox me. Well, I don't have an Instagram, but I got to find that woman. Y'all, did you see her eyes?
What's wrong with our eyes?
She looked so sincere when she said that.
It's women out here that say people can say anything, and what they show you is different.
I know, but it's just something about how she said it though. But you know, back to a real
You know,
I'm
Instagram-
joking, but back to a real point. Don't nobody care about you having no kids. Like I said, you want to work out, that's for your personal health. If you get fat and out of shape, that man don't appreciate who you are. If he claimed he loved you before you was fat, then he should love you when you get fat. If you was fat when he met you and he liked your fatness, he should love you if you lose weight when you get small. Because that's just personal appearance. That ain't got nothing to do with your character. That ain't got nothing to do with your personality. See, people don't respect who the person is. They go off of physical attributes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. And a lot. Go ahead.
Now, love. I'm going to go back to this love thing since everybody be wanting to talk about love. Love is when you can sacrifice something for somebody else to have something. When your mother sacrificed going to buy a pretty dress for you to have that Similac or those diapers, that's true love. When a man sacrificed going to buy that 2026 car for you to have a washing machine in your house, that's true love. People don't understand what love is, and they get so caught up in this worldly space that it's so ridiculous how we get caught up. We all get caught up in it in some time. Huh?
I said facts.
I'm gonna let you speak. Did you want to? I think you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
No, continue talking. I'm listening.
I mean,
I'll say what I was gonna.
cause I can go on and on and on. I'm feeling myself tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm feeling myself tonight.
I mean, men say that they want all those things, but they could have all of those things right there, and they still will overlook them. So I don't think it's if they, you know what I mean. It ain't so much. I don't really think it's so much of one of those qualities. I think people just want them who they want them from, and somebody could be trying to give that to somebody with all sincerity, and then they'll still mistreat that person because they're not getting it from who they want to get it from.
Can I give
That's
you?
not who they want that from.
Can I give you an analogy?
Sure.
Let's say a man go apply to 4 different jobs, and all 4 of those jobs call. Oh, let's say a basketball player. He coming out of college, 4 teams calling him want to draft him.
Right.
He gonna get paid the same money going to either one of those teams. But at the end of the day, he got to choose his right location. Whether it's Washington, San Francisco, Dallas, New Orleans, he got to choose what's best for him. Even though all those teams are offering him the same exact thing. Do that make sense to you?
Exactly. That's exactly what I just said. You know, you can have those things being offered, but it may not be coming from where you want it to come from.
And you know what plays a part in that person's decision? You listening?
What's that? Of course.
That player goes back and look at the history of the teams. He go back and look at the history. How did they treat this person? How did they treat that person? When such and such did this, when such and such did that, how did they treat that person? So you go back and you look at history, and all that plays a part on things too. You understand? So if I have 4 women trying to get at me at one time, I'm gonna have to go do some. I'm gonna have to like, damn, what she do to this guy? What she do to this guy? Why this guy stop fucking with her? You know what I'm saying? All those type of things.
I don't agree with that.
What you mean?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna just tell you why. And I'm saying this as from a man not in a biased place. I'm gonna say it just like this. I wouldn't even do that with a man, because one thing I can know for certain, you can't always fact check, because some people wouldn't want to see that good person that they lost to move on anyway.
No. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're gonna really base your decision off somebody what they had going on in the past. Remember, I just used the football draft analogy.
Right. I just want to say different people bring out different results. That somebody could tell that woman, that man ain't no good, girl. Everybody he done been with, he cheated on her, he did this, he did that, because you know women do that.
Yeah.
But then that woman will be like, she don't want to get with that man because he has a reputation of cheating on women. That does not mean that man gonna cheat on you because he cheated on them.
That's true.
Because different women bring out different results. Those other women may have not been that woman for him to bring the best of him to the front. This woman might be the woman that brings the best of him to the front. So you can't. I'll never let a bitch tell me I wouldn't deal with him because he cheated on this, and girl, he known for sleeping around a lot. Shit, what that got to do with me?
Right. I get what you're saying. You're right. But at the
you know what I'm saying? That might not been. She might not been the one for him, or he might have not. I can say.
Let me flip it around. Let's say 4 guys trying to holler at you at the same time, and you might be interested in all 4 of them, but you know you can't be with all 4 of them.
Right.
It's gonna be something. Maybe it's something in their past, or maybe it's something about it's gonna be something to make you make your decision of which one you want to be with. No matter if it's presently how they dress, or something in the past, or their character, their personality, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So what's good for
I usually just.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Nah, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, relationships is fucked up. It's crazy. It's tough. You know, relationships are easy to get in, but they hard to maintain.
I don't even think they're that hard to maintain.
Yes, they are. When you born into this world, if you got an oldest, listen.
Go ahead.
If you got an older brother, when you born, if you got a brother or sister that's 3 years older than you, your mother included, your cousins that's watch you grow up, watch you come out the womb. You gonna have arguments. You gonna have fights with them. You probably take baths in the same bathtub with your older brother, your older sister. Y'all young, so you take baths together, whatever. You know how her black parents did. They trying to save that water and the electric bill and shit. All that eating at the same kitchen table, but you still gonna have disputes. You still gonna have altercations. You still gonna have fights. So my question is, how do people go live a whole life, may go off the cottage, find an old man or old woman, get into a relationship, and expect things to be perfect, and not fight for what they trying to, not fight to maintain what they got.
Right. So I'm gonna say that if that's why they're hard to maintain, because people have unrealistic expectations. If you're expecting,
there you go. That's what I wanted you to hear. That's what I wanted you to say right there.
Nothing's perfect. So if you're expecting perfect, of course it's going to be hard to maintain, because how can you maintain something perfect? You can't maintain perfect because you can't achieve perfect. Okay? You can't if you are getting involved with somebody that you don't crave their whole soul, nothing else. See, people get in these relationships for the wrong reason. So when you're dealing with somebody that you don't genuinely just enjoy them, of course it's hard to maintain, because you want them to always do this and you want them to always satisfy you, and you're looking for unrealistic expectations. But when you get into a relationship with someone, it just don't even feel like a relationship. It's a friendship that has a commitment. And that's what I want. I want a friendship that has a unspoken commitment to each other. We're not going by what society, is thinking, or what other people are thinking, or what other people are saying. We enjoy each other. When I'm with them, I enjoy life. When I'm, when I'm not around them, I miss them. Not anything that they offer. I miss them. I miss talking to them. I miss spending time with them. I love when I have a man, and my words, when I can look in his eyes and when I tell him, you did great. And it's like this almost like childlike look of admiration.
All that sound good. You probably got an OnlyFans page, bending over, busting it over.
Nah.
You ain't got no OnlyFans page. Cause y'all females, y'all be trying to trick a nigga in. Y'all be speaking that real shit. You ain't got no OnlyFans page.
No, I don't. I ain't got no OnlyFans page. I'm gonna leave that for the players and the men.
Yeah, cause a lot of these females, they be trying to trick a nigga.
No, these men make things harder than it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
hold up. Yourself. You just started a debate. You just say that again.
Men make things harder than they have to be. They overthinking what doesn't need to be overthought.
And women don't.
I think that's because confusion. Men leave women confused. So when a woman has confusion, she doesn't have consistency, so she starts to overthink things. And when you start overthinking a situation, when you're trying to determine yourself, and fill in gaps that could be filled in for you, then yes, it causes problems. Men, they want to second guess everything. Oh, she's shooting, she lying about this, she doing this, she doing that, you know what I'm saying? She's just telling me that, there's no, and so they pass over a lot of good things that, didn't have to, it could have been simple, but, it just, Lauryn Hill had a song, it could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Love doesn't have to be like a battle, but it all both leaves us with scars. Like, that song is so true and profound. It doesn't have to be as complicated as somebody as we make it. Our souls know, but we question God gave us that discernment. Our souls know when we found our person deep down, but our mind is what second guesses it. Our mind is the one that uses the logic, and it questions what our soul feels. When you're around that person and man, everything about this person feels so right. Like, I could tell this person was, this is different. This is a different type of feeling when I'm around this person. But logic kicks in, and then we start using our mind to overthink what our body it's not in a sexual way. I'm talking about just in a natural order that, this person calls to my soul. But then we second guess that, and so we start breaking it down. And that's when we start digging, and we start questioning, and we fight against natural order. Our souls are already leading us in the natural order of that person that our soul calls to. but we second guess it and we try to make sure we're making a good decision because we don't want to make a hasty decision based on what our soul in quotations is saying. So now we put our mind in it and we starting to think about, well, you know, this I heard this and oh well this could be this and this could be, and now we're second guessing what natural order was already showing us. But you know, that's why I said people make it hard when it don't have to be.
Hey, listen,
you know, sometimes if you just
I'm gonna tell you
Go ahead.
something. Because I think you think that a lot of times I'd be disagreeing with you. I really don't. I just be trying to spark the conversation. A lot of things that you really say, I do agree with you, but I'm gonna have to kind of give you a little I'm gonna have to deflect a little bit just to make it a conversation.
okay.
Because there's some guys or maybe some women out there that don't agree with you. So I'm gonna disagree so they can you know, catch the vibe. But yeah,
do you disagree or do you not agree though, honestly? Do you think that men second guess when they feel a natural instinct towards somebody, they will overthink and second guess it because they don't want to make a hasty decision that they feel will backfire on them? They're scared that they may be wrong, so they start digging. Of course, if you dig for something, you're gonna find a way to talk yourself out of something.
I look at relationships like this. When you get into a relationship, you better know what you're doing. I look at getting into a relationship as just like making an investment. If I get into a relationship, it's just like me going out to purchase a car. Am I going to be able to maintain this car note? Am I going to be able to maintain this relationship? Do I see any red flags on my job to where I might get fired and go buy this car and get fired and can't pay this damn car note? Do I see any red flags with this woman, even though she tell me how much she love me, how much she care about me? But do I see any red flags that would make me doubt not getting with her and ruin my damn life? Because she might trick me into thinking we so much in love. I might go co-sign. We might go put both of our name on some shit. And 3 months later, we broke up. You get what I'm saying?
I feel that part. I do, but that's what I'm saying. That's that logic for it. Sometimes we don't take gamble on certain things. I mean, nothing in life. Everything in life has red flags. I mean, nothing's because that goes to that. Nothing is perfect. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here and say you're not gonna find one person that has just nothing about them. You know what I'm talking about? But can you find somebody that you know? See, the hard questions that we should really be asking is, do I know this person is going to be in my corner when times get hard?
Right.
Do I know this person would have my best interest at heart no matter what? Did I know that I could call on this person and I truly believe that this person will be right there for me?
But let's say you call on that person and they having bad times themselves. They might be having a financial problem. So do that mean the relationship over just because they weren't able to come through?
No. But I want to say this too. Let me tell you something about when a person truly loves you. Well, I can't speak with a person. If I truly love somebody, it's not about how a person loves you when it's convenient. It's how they love you when it's not convenient. I would inconvenience myself any day, time, or hour for anyone that I love, not just a man, but a person that I genuinely love. That's real love.
Remember
when
I told you.
Love you
remember I said earlier before you called in. I said a lot of females have made it bad for other females. A lot of females done ruined a lot of good guys.
Facts.
Just by.
But
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No. Please finish your thought.
Just by making them feel that they was less than a man. Right. You know, no matter if you're a man or not, you could take Donald Trump. He got plenty of money, billions. But at any day,
right.
See, he ain't got no control of them billions. It's the man above. And at any day,
right.
God can take all that away from him. So
in a blink of an eye.
It's his wife will be a real woman if she still stayed with him, if he lost everything. Mm-hmm. But today's society, I guess you really just, you know what, being in a relationship, it's like you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that if something happens to you, if you lose your eyesight, You get in a car wreck, get paralyzed. You gotta have faith that the person that you with will be willing to stick with you, even though you having a downtime. And that's the scary part. That's the scary. That's what scares me about relationships, because I know life is life. Anything can happen. Yeah, you might love me while I'm able to walk. I can see. I can still move, maneuver, move my arms and everything. But will you still love me the same if something tragically happened to me?
And see, here's that thing. When people are trying to look at the red flags, you could know when a person is going to be there for you during those times if you pay attention to those things. So many people focus on people's flaws. Everybody got them. You know what I mean? But if you focus on how a person loves you when they're with you, like, is this person been there and never really asked you for anything? Nothing.
Hey.
That pretty much that will probably tell you that person is not there for anything that you are giving them.
Do you think those actors and actresses live that same life off of camera? See, some things can be an illusion. You see Denzel Washington and all those folks on the damn camera. Yeah, you see them so much on TV. You'll think you'll have some type of stereotype about them. Like if you was to meet them, you'll think they're a certain type of way. But you actually meet them, they totally different.
True.
So people can hypnotize you. People can make you think one thing, and you got some good motherfucking con artists out here. You hear me?
But here's the thing. But you have to look at what are they benefiting from that. If a person has never received or asked for anything in return, but something that costs nothing, then they're not benefiting from
what are you specifically talking about that don't cost nothing?
A person's time.
Time costs.
You see what I'm saying?
Time costs.
Well, exactly. But I'm saying it's not a financial gain for the other person. Usually when a person is trying to manipulate somebody, it's going to be for a personal financial gain.
Sometimes a person's time is more important than the finance.
I've said that before, most definitely. But what I'm telling you is, what I'm saying in that scenario is, with a woman, if a woman is sticking it out with a man that she's not asking for anything from him, she's never asked or expected anything of any financial gain from him, and she's been consistent, not off and on, but even in the bad times, good times, ups, downs, and for an extensive amount of time that this woman has showed consistency in her feelings or however for that particular man. I'm just speaking in general. I'm saying in those circumstances, more than likely that woman would stick it through with that man through whatever, because she was never there for any type of financial gain in the first place. If she's never asked for $1,
well,
never.
Well, you got to also understand, the generation we living in is not the same as the past generations. Generations
that's most definitely
before
true.
us, they marriages lasted 40, 50, 60 years until death. Did them part.
Most definitely.
Now motherfuckers get married 3 months. And get divorced. I done witnessed it. I done seen it with my own eyes.
I have too. That most definitely have. But that goes back to what you said, because people are always trying to pick other people's flaws. Nobody wants to stick anything out. Everybody gives up. Everybody thinks, everybody's looking for perfection. Oh, well, she did this and I can't deal with that, or he did that and I can't deal with that. No, at the end of the day, that man is not going to be perfect. He's going to make mistakes. Are you willing to care enough about him to talk to? He's going to say some things to you sometimes that's going to be hurtful, and you're going to think that he means that. But would you stick it out when he said some of the most hurtful things to you? Would you still pick that phone up and not even expect him to apologize? It's something about real love. I'm going to tell you something about some real love. And people may disagree with me, but I don't care. When you truly love somebody, you ever got into it with your mama, and your mama came in and she cussed you for everything you could think of, and she was wrong, and she realized she was wrong. She didn't come back and say, "Baby, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah." Well, I might did. She be like, "Y'all get your shoes on. We're finna go over here tonight." Girl, don't be acting funny. You know what I mean? But it was no love lost. You looked in each other's eyes and you knew, because you knew they didn't mean what they said. They didn't have to come back and say, "I didn't mean that." You know, you can feel they didn't mean what they said. See, that's when you got a real connection with somebody. When that man, because I know a man that said some of the most hurtful things, and I've looked in his eyes, and even though they hurt in that moment, I know he probably didn't mean that. because I know that's not his character. And I know I probably pushed him a little too far on my part of that accountability phase. Taking accountability for myself, I probably, I was like, you know what? Damn, Daniel, you pushed a little too much. You shouldn't have said that, or you should have done that. You know you was wrong for this. And that man never said, I didn't mean that, what I said to you. But you knew he didn't, and you still loved him the same the next day. No, what was understood didn't need to be explained. See, that's when you loving somebody past all that other bull crap. That's when you're loving somebody to the core of who they really are. When you love them, even when they say hurtful things or things of that, you still stick it through. That's when a person truly cares about you. When you done been through the worst and you done said the worst to them, they done the worst, but y'all still have an understanding, and they woke up the next day and still chose you. Because life is about choosing a person. People wake up every day and they choose you, not for no other reason. When a person loves you, they choose you, not because they can't get somebody else or nothing like that. You're their person. They wake up every day, even on the hard days, and they choose you again. And sometimes those type of things are worth taking a gamble on, and y'all learn as you go. It's not got to be a battle when you have understanding, especially if you have a man or a woman willing to try to understand each other.
Hey, you saying some real shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't. Hey, when you right, you're right. When you right, you're right. I sometimes I can't even debate with you, but you know what I'm saying. But like I said, it's. When you got two people talking, that's why I like to have callers, because it's better when you got two people talking. You can get a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I hate to switch this to like a political thing, but anybody who continue to watch Fox News, they gonna always think Donald Trump is the shit. They gonna think he's the best president ever. But if they turn over to CNN, they gonna think he the worst shit ever was born. You know what I mean? So, I have my music in the background. My bad. But yeah, you make some relevant points, and I appreciate you calling in. I think I'm about an hour in this video. I think. Yeah, gotta be. Y'all go subscribe to that YouTube channel, Hot Topics with Them the Plug. What you say?
What do men think the breakdown is?
What do I think the breakdown is? Let's see. Hold on, let me turn this off. Well, first of all, I think, oh shit, I got that too loud. I think what makes it hard for men, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think what makes it so hard for men have a hard time. And you know, the last relationship I was in, I expressed this same sentiment to this person. And knowing that females have so many emotional triggers, females are triggered by so many things that their emotions just go so many ways. They can be this way in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, they this way. They change up so fast. And sometimes it's hard for a man to get comfortable dealing with somebody, like in a full relationship. You can't even get comfortable because every other day it's an argument. It's something. So you want some days where you can just relax and everything go by smoothly, everything work itself out. But then you got this altercation that make you like, damn, I need to chill out. I might need to sit back for a minute. Compared to if everything was going smoothly, you'll progress. You'll continue to get closer and closer and closer to this person. But if you always got these little small issues, you're gonna look at those red flags. Like, damn, cause me, huh? What you say?
But what be issues? What do you think the biggest issues in relationships are? What do you think trigger issues? Because if you're having this many different disagreements with a person,
that's my point. You gotta understand. It's over 8 billion people on this planet. Everybody got, it's personalities on this planet that you never even saw.
Right.
Maybe I've ran into a woman with a personality that you never came across. Maybe your friends, right, your classmates, females didn't have this personality. Maybe I came across a personality that you thought was never even existed.
Right.
So it makes a man skeptical about who they with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I can sit there in peace, if I can go somewhere with a woman and I can go to sleep knowing that I'm safe, like we might ride to wherever, we might drive 30 minutes. If I can go to sleep, wake up in peace, and just know that I'm safe. Know that I'm safe. Just like y'all want to feel safe. When you go to sleep at night, when you lay next to that man, you want to know that you safe, that, well, if somebody busts in this house, you got a man that's going to raise up and handle his business and lay their ass down as they come in the house. We be want that same security. We want that same security. Well, if something happened to me, if I end up in a damn wheelchair, I got somebody who's not going to run off. But see, as a man, see, this is what y'all don't understand. This is the hard part for y'all to understand. As a man, in the back of our mind, we're going to always want to, even if we can't, we're going to always, because shit happens that you can't control, but we're going to always want to maintain ourselves. Because females' emotions change. And you know that I'm right. Females have PMS, they have cycles, they have different cycles during the month. They just change constantly. And it's kind of hard, and we don't understand that. We can't understand if y'all change so much. It's hard for us to understand, but we try. We do try. So if you this way this month, I mean this quarter of the month, the first week of the month, you this way, we try to get along. You know what I'm saying? We try to deal with it. Then the second week of the month, you like, damn, she all of a sudden all nice, want to go take me out to eat. Something got to be wrong. She done did something. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit being in the back of
like that though. You do know it's some crazy. It's men like that. That's fucking. It be good for a minute. Then next week they don't want to fucking this, and next week then you're this, and the next week men do the same thing. I've never had mood swings. Honestly, I think I'm a mirror. I think I mirror energy. So if you get a mood swing out of me, it's because I've noticed your swing, your change. You know what I mean?
I think I think a lot of times, I mean, you know me personally. A lot of people in this chat know me personally. Everybody know that I'm a loner. I like to be by myself.
Right.
Because they give me time to think. Now that I think about it, could that be a bad thing because it gives me too much time to think and maybe I'll overthink things?
Right.
But even if I do overthink things, it's done kept my heart safe. I done kept my mental peace. I'm not in prison. I'm not going chasing no woman, talking about trying to kill her because she don't want to be with me no more. I've got my mental peace. And if I'm going, if I end up by myself for the rest of my life, of course, don't nobody want to. But if I was to be that way, when my mama left here, she was alone. She left in peace. She was born into this world alone, and she left this world. Of course, I came in the house and I was right there with her. I don't want to get into that because that'll turn into a whole sad story. But you come into this world alone and you leave alone. Only thing you can do is hope and have faith that somebody come into your life and be the person that you want.
Accepts you for who you are.
Accepts you for who you are. What's up, Gino? He said everybody changed. Yeah, everybody changed. Like Gino. I've been knowing him damn near all my life. And he could tell you some of the silly ass, stupid ass shit we used to do. Well, he used to watch from the outside because that's a stand-up guy. He didn't never fall apart some of the stupid. Like this right here, what I'm doing, smoking this black and mild. He didn't never fall into that trap. And Gino is a good guy. And I respect Gino. I don't see him every day, but I salute a good person when I see him. My life, I like to spend it a lot of time. I ain't gonna say I want to be alone, but I like to spend a lot of time to think. Because when a person is feeding me some shit, telling me this and that, making my ego, telling me how much they love me, how much I'm so special, I like to still sit back and think alone, like, what is it about me so special? What is it about me? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am.
Right there.
Say what?
But yes, but see, but that's where you fuck up it right there.
I just told you earlier. I said maybe it's a bad thing that I maybe I think too much.
I know, right? But I'm just gonna elaborate. Just because sometimes, you know what I mean, we're our worst own critics. You know, when a person tell you that don't mean they feeding you that. That's what they see in you. You can't sit and take okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because a lot of people say I look like my mama, and I don't think I do. A lot of people say my daughter look like me, and I don't see it. So I get what you're saying. A person can see something in you that you can't see. I get it.
Right. So that doesn't mean that person is feeding your ego. That means that person is just expressing to you all the great attributes of you that they see. You know what I mean? That's where encouraging a man comes into play. You may not think these, but somebody else in your eyes, like with our kids, you know what I'm saying? In our kids' eyes, we're the best person in the whole fucking world. Ain't nobody better. But that's not true. Of course there's somebody better, but it doesn't matter because that's how big you are to them. And that's how a man should be in a woman's eyes. In my eyes, ain't no man more handsome, better than the man that I choose to say that I want to be mine. I don't give a damn. It probably is 8 billion men out here.
And you know what? And you know what? Even if he's the ugliest motherfucker in the world, if in your mind you think he's the most handsome guy, there you go.
That's right. He's mine, and that's what I feel about him. So you can't overthink that because that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that person. I think that this person is the most intelligent, amazing, you know what I'm saying, most handsome man, you know what I'm talking about, in the world. But to me, and I want to feel that same to him. Of course, I know I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world, but to him, I am.
It's just like if I move to another state and I move into a neighborhood and I get with this woman. I don't know this woman, you know, but I fall in love with her. Mm-hmm. Everybody say, "Hey man, everybody in the neighborhood done had her." Well, I don't know that. I love her. I love her.
Right. And see, people won't let people outlive their past either. That's what I was telling you earlier about, you know what I'm saying, we're worried about how somebody else acted in another relationship with another person. They might have got it wrong with that person. That might not been the person.
I ain't gonna lie, though. I'm going to keep it real, though. They told me that I'm probably going about my business, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's fucked up. Right? You didn't drive the car.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I moved to another state and they told me this about this, my woman, hell no, I'm probably, hey, baby, what you been doing down here?
So that's what I'm talking. People won't let nobody outlive their past. I ain't like that.
Nah, I'm just joking. You know, I'm just joking.
I'm just saying, yeah. If a woman came and told me, hey, such and such man, he done had everybody. Shit, okay, let me see his my chart. Oh, hey, but that nigga clean, so he good. I'm still good with him.
Hey, one man's junk is another man's treasure.
You know, it all the time. So you can't overthink that. Like, you know, sometimes God put people here for us. You know what I'm talking about? And it may not make sense to us how big somebody tells you that you are in their eyes, but it's not for you to make sense. Everything in life ain't gonna make sense, man. Sometimes you just gotta embrace moments. And if this person, you truly think that this person would be there for you in your darkest hour, you know, you can't overthink everything. You know what I'm talking about? Everything ain't just, you know, sometimes you just got to take a leap of faith. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I said that earlier. It's all about faith. Moments. It's all about faith and hope that you got somebody that's going to stick by you through the good times and the bad times.
And you got to think that through. You got to think about that, man. You know deep down, if a fuck what everybody else say, I judge a person how they act with me. I don't give a damn about no interaction they had nowhere else. Do I think this person will be there for me? If I think that, that's all that matters to me. People got to stop allowing outside influences to determine things in their life.
Gino said we always judge off our past. Hey, Gino, go on and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know you probably haven't did it. When you start watching this, go on to YouTube. Type in Hot Topics with Dim the Plug and hit that subscribe button. I think I've been over here over an hour and I don't want my videos to last long like that. So anything else you need to say before I conclude this video? And if I got any more callers that want to call in before I get off, I will take your calls. But if not, I'm going to have to end this live. I don't want to go too long. Anything else you want to say before we go? Hey, you made some relevant points. I appreciate you calling in. You really hit a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? You said some good shit. And I think a lot of women can learn from you. For real, for real. You been basically my co-host tonight. Shit. You been on her goddamn 45 minutes, damn.
I ain't been no 45 minutes.
You damn
You
near. Well,
always
tell the people where you
over-exaggerate.
calling from again.
I'm calling from the land of lonely.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna conclude this video if I don't have no more callers.
All right.
All right. Have you already hit that subscribe button?
Really?
All right. Just making sure. All right.
All right.
So I'm gonna play this. All right. Nice talking to you.
You what?
I said nice talking to you.
You too.
All right. I'm gonna play this little video clip again before I conclude the video. This woman here, I think she's special right here. What I'm about to show y'all. For the ones that didn't see it earlier, I'm gonna play it again for y'all.
Fellas, if you looking for a woman that will do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch and work out and don't got no kids, that's me. You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got miles on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead. I know you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
Oh my God, that's greatness. She worded that shit. She had to practice that, y'all. She had to practice that video before she did that. She had to practice that at least 100 times because it came out so perfectly. And I'm not saying that I'm better than no other man on this planet, but I do think that I'm a little different because I don't ask for much. A female might say, well, I ain't never asked you for nothing. But guess what? I ain't never asked you for nothing either. I don't ask for nothing. The same way you feel you don't ask for nothing. But if it's something that we want together, if you know you ain't gotta ask me for nothing, and you know I ain't gotta ask you for nothing, then it's a lot of things we can get together. You understand? I'm gonna say that again. If you ain't asking me for nothing, and I ain't asking you for nothing, it's a lot of things that we can get together. Hey, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all haven't, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe tonight. I might do a video tomorrow if I come up with a good topic. If anybody got any good topics they want to discuss, y'all inbox me with your topic, and we'll talk about it. Tomorrow I will be free. Sometimes I just like to just chill, lay back, kick it. But y'all let me know. Y'all take care.